Yo, I have loved what the Portland Trailblazers have done this offseason, in my opinion. First off, I know Shaedon Sharpe's out for the next 10 to 14 days until he's reevaluated with that labral tear in his left shoulder. And I also love Jabari Walker, who's a small ball five, and he's more of a power forward. And they also have, from last year, Greg Brown III. But either way, they gave an extension to Damian Lillard, who's now has the largest single salary in NBA history. In 2027, he'll be paid $63 million. So they have him locked up till 2027. Damian Lillard, they did it. They kept him, okay? And I'm happy. That's what they needed to do. They needed to keep Dame there. He's arguably one of the greatest players in franchise history. I mean, the Portland Trailblazers have had a lot of great players, so I don't know if we can put him as the greatest player in franchise history yet. But I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Damian Lillard is the greatest player in NBA, and not NBA, but Portland Trailblazers history, or do you have got other guys on the list in front of him? Now, I want to talk about what I liked, what they did. First off, the Jeremy Grant trade. They got him for a steal. They have Josh Hart. Like, I love the starting lineup. I think it's going to be Damian Lillard, Jeremy Grant, Josh Hart, Jusuf Nurkic, and Gary Payton II, with Anthony Simons playing that six-man role. And then they have, Nazir Little, Justice Winslow off the bench, Keon Johnson, who's looking like a stud in the summer league. Then they got themselves Greg Brown and Trendon Watford. Hopefully they bring back Brandon Williams, who was a solid backup point guard for them. For me, look, we got the starting five of Damian Lillard and Gary Payton, which is a good duo of defense and, what Damian Lillard does best, just being a scoring guy. Jeremy Grant and Jusuf Nurkic and Josh Hart. Jeremy Grant and Josh Hart are those two-way wings that they've been needing, and they both can be basically guys who can score and play good defense and guard, arguably all five positions. And Josh Hart is an underrated rebounder. Then they got Jusuf Nurkic, who's got a great relationship. So right there, that's your starting five. And then your first five guys off the bench, I assume, is going to be Anthony Simons. Then they'll probably do Nazir Little and Justice Winslow. They brought back Drew Eubanks as the backup center, which I think was smart. Okay. Now it comes down to I think it's interesting to see, the NBA free agent market is pretty interesting, because we could say that it's became a bit bare. And with the last couple players remaining, because right now on the roster they have 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 players on the roster almost. So they're pretty much full, but we could argue that they could make, Trendon Watford's on a multi-deal. Arguably, they could move one of their young guys onto two-way contracts, because we already know that Jabari Walker's probably going to be a two-way contract. And try to get themselves... I don't know if Markieff Morris is the best player, because we don't know where he's at after suffering that whiplash injury from getting decked. But a guy... Austin Rivers, his tenacity defensively, and he will give you at least 36% from three. He could offer some defense. Or a Jeremy Lamb. I know injuries have hampered him, but he still can get buckets and give you, some defense off the bench. I think he's somebody. And I think they're pretty much set. There isn't much they could go after. There isn't much left on the free agency market that I would be like, oh, he's worth it, because there isn't really anyone. Okay. They could bring back Chris Dunn, but I think a guy who would be better than Chris Dunn would be Jalen Howard, who is this smooth forward with a nose for rebounding. I mean, last year he averaged 14.7 points and 12 rebounds during the last few games of the NBA season. He looked like a freaking stud. But I really do like what they have. One could argue that they might need, I think Simons comes off the bench because they need a scoring punch, and hopefully Shaedon Sharpe can get some minutes. Nazir Little will be their glue guy off the bench. Hopefully Keon Johnson can come together. Drew Eubanks is awesome for them. I just really like what they've done here, and I think this is a good squad that has good amount of potential, and I think will be overlooked, in my personal opinion. I think it's a team that on paper some people are going to try to point out their flaws, but I think they're a lot better than what people are going to suggest, in my opinion. Okay. And with that being said, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about this team? Is there anything you want them to do? I think they should just try to get another scoring mate for our guy, Anthony Simons, off the bench. I just feel like there needs to be a bit more scoring off the bench for this to be a bit more successful. Again, I'm also a guy just sitting in his bedroom talking about this, so obviously I'm not an NBA executive for a reason. But with that being said, I feel like there's an argument to be made that this could be something that they look into. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. What do you guys think of this if you guys are on the same shoes as me? But also, I have an NBA show daily, Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Link is in the description. You should check it out. I do it with another NBA YouTuber who's a bit bigger than me. He has like 13,000 subscribers, named Jackson Elstro. Well, Will Upton is his YouTube channel. His name's Jackson. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. Also, I have an NFL channel. I should post a video today on my NFL channel. Maybe that's what we do today, and we post another video on the NFL channel. But I love you guys. Like and subscribe. Do all that good jazz. At this point, we're going to make it go to 6 minutes. But that's basically it. I'm holding in a shit. I got to go shit, man. I really do. So I'm going to go relieve some